Value capture. All right, this is a term to describe what you do as a business owner. I'm going to draw this lemonade stand because that is the classic example of a business owner. Okay, you're selling your lemonades. You sell a cup of lemonade to this consumer. This consumer values this lemonade. They want to buy it. But how much can you get them to spend on that product? How much can you get a consumer to part with money in order to obviously get the thing that they want? So as a business owner, you have to think about that. And there's sort of two approaches that the book talks about: maximize and minimize value capture. So if you were trying to maximize value capture as a business owner, you would try to get this person to spend as much as he or she is willing to spend on that cup of lemonade. Maybe it's something like $5. It's really hot. You can tell they're thirsty. This person, you want to maximize the value you capture out of them. Now you're taking in $5 for that cup of lemonade. Maybe another consumer walks up. You can tell they're not that thirsty. They're kind of in a hurry. Maybe you charge this person $3. That's the maximum you think they're willing to pay. They pay it. If you had charged $3.01, they would have walked away. That's your strategy to maximize. That's a good strategy, but obviously there's some drawbacks. These consumers are probably not that happy with the value that they're getting out of the lemonade. They're getting minimal value. And you're also going to leave yourself vulnerable to being undercut. And that's where the minimize strategy comes in. If you minimize the value you're trying to capture from these people, you'd probably actually think about your own cost to make one cup. And maybe your cost equals, let's just say 10 cents. The minimize strategy is then, let's charge this guy 11 cents and this person 11 cents. You are minimally, incrementally above your cost, just trying to capture as little value as possible. Why would you do that? Well, at a lower cost, you're probably the lowest cost lemonade in the town, and you're probably going to get more customers with lower prices, so your volume is going to go up. Two different approaches to value capture. The book doesn't really say which is better than the other, more than just you need to have sufficient value capture. This word shows up a few times in this chapter. If you don't have sufficient value capture, you're not going to be profitable. So you need to adjust your prices depending on your costs and your ongoing business expenses in order to have a sufficiently sustainable business. That's the critical thing for value capture. Now you know that, you know the maximize strategy, you know minimize, you got it.